Hey friends, happy Wellness Wednesday. It's actually Thursday when I'm recording this, but meant to get to it yesterday, never quite got there, but that's okay. So I'm gonna get this out though before the end of the year. I'm determined. So I've been spending a lot of time, as I usually do at the end of the year, doing a lot of cleaning and decluttering at home. And it's just something that I like to do. I wish I could keep it up, and I wish I didn't always have to do it every year, but I try to start the year off with at least a clear dining room table so I can eat my New Year's meal there, and my living room nicely cleaned and decorated for Christmas still, of course, and doing some little things here and there around my apartment, just trying to clear things up. I mean, here at work as well, cleaning the desk and things like that. So when I was cleaning last weekend, I actually found an old journal of mine that I often start journals and then never finish them. I have a bunch of half-filled journals. I don't. But I found this paper that I don't even know when I did it, probably 2018, possibly even 2017, but I'm thinking 2018 was when I did this. And it has just some little jotted notes that I made. It wasn't really New Year's resolution kind of thing or anything like that, just a bunch of notes titled Things That Have Changed, Results I've Seen, Habits I Need to Perfect, Next Steps, Things I Still Need to Do, Things I Want to Do, and Things I Need Help with. And I thought, oh, this is interesting. I'm going to kind of see where I'm at, where I was then and where I am now. So this is what I did, I believe, after I had just lost about 40 pounds. And of course, I've gained them all back, unfortunately, due to some health issues and my own self control and such. But this was at a time when I was feeling really good, I can tell, because I'm talking about the things that I've changed, and that I had stopped drinking coffee all the time, that I wasn't craving sugar as much. I hadn't had fast food since July 11th. I don't know when I wrote this, but that was it. So I started going through it and just kind of realizing, wow, in some ways I've improved, in some ways I can see change, but in a lot of ways I see there's still a lot of things that I struggle with. And so as I was thinking about, well, New Year's is coming, and normally we do, our vision boards and our, which I actually like to do. I'm not making fun of them, I do them. We do our vision boards and we do our resolutions and all of that. I decided before I do that, I wanted to take some time to reflect on what I've learned in 2021. And I thought I'd share those a little bit with you as kind of hopefully to inspire you to do the same. Before you start to do resolutions, first start with, what did I learn in 2021? And this kind of covers 2021 and 2020, because last year, of course, was kind of a weirdo year and we didn't get a lot done, but this is where I'm at. So these are just three things that I really think that I looked at and learned, and I'm still using, growing with, but have learned in the year 2020. Number one is patience, and I mean more patience with myself. Learning that I can't control everything, and that I need to let go when there are times when I just can't control anything. And that kind of ties in with the little second part of this, and that's, nothing is so important that I have to get it done that it jeopardizes my health or my sanity. And I don't say that again in a joking way, truly, that it doesn't make me feel less than perfect, or less efficient, or a bad diocesan director because I didn't get all these things done that I wanted to do. I didn't keep up with my Wellness Wednesdays. That doesn't mean I'm horrible, that I'm imperfect, that I'm not efficient, or I'm good at my job, but more that I need to be patient and learn my own limitations, my own abilities, what I really can do, and the timeline that I need to do it in. That it's not so easy to film these videos and get them out, in an hour. That I really, want to take the time to think and learn and grow. So that patience with myself, I've really been learning this year, and especially of letting things go. I've talked about that a little bit, so I'm not going to go any further. If you want to know more, jump back to a few of my other videos, and you'll see this kind of theme running through them. The second thing I think I'm finally understanding is the real meaning of self-care. I think when I first started looking at self-care and the journey, this was way back, I don't even know how many years ago, 2016 maybe, when Brenda Noriega and I were standing in line, remembering this the other day, we were standing in line to do our fire extinguisher training, and we started talking about the need for self-care, for meditation, for, especially as ministers that were running these lives where we're going crazy, and we need that time to stop and slow down for ourselves. And so we kind of started talking about that. But when I first started looking into it, I was looking at it more superficially. Like, I need to take time out. I need to take time for me, like to go get my nails done, go get my hair done, make myself feel good, that kind of thing. And those are all good things. Those are all part of self-care. But I think I'm finally realizing that it goes deeper than that, especially for me, that I need to figure out, what is it, for example, what is it about me that I can't sleep well? How do I ensure that I get good sleep so that I feel good and I feel energized and ready to face the day? Those types of things, recognizing in myself when I need that time. Just yesterday, I was reading an article about Drew Barrymore, how she had put out on her social media that she had this week, I guess between Christmas and Easter, where she had no recording of her show or anything like that. And so she realized that she needed that reboot time. She needed that time for herself because she was exhausted. And she understood the fact that it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I got to do things and, be productive and do things with the kids and da 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 da. But it was more, I need to find my own peace of mind and where I am and reboot myself and get myself back to that place where I know what I'm doing and taking that time. And so I did make I've made some big steps. Those of you who know me will recognize this as being big steps. I made it a goal of mine over Thanksgiving. I knew I was going to go over to my sister's house for the weekend, and I made it a goal not to take any work with me. And I know you're all thinking, well, duh. That's not me. Normally, I'm like, oh, I'm going to have a little time to read or downtime. Let me take this document that I need to, read to prepare for a class next year. Or let me take this, this thing I've been writing, this resource I've been writing. Let me take it with me and in my downtime do that. And I didn't take any. In fact, I took my laptop and I don't think I even opened it except to go onto Amazon and start doing a little bit of Christmas shopping. And I was really proud of myself. And I did the same thing for Christmas. I went to my sister's house for Christmas. I spent a day or two there. I came home early, but I didn't take any work out through that entire time until I came back to the office. It was really nice because normally I do that on the weekends. That's when I have nice and quiet at home and a Saturday afternoon, and I can read that book that I'm going to do a workshop on, or I can, start planning retreats that are coming up or whatever. And that's fine to do. But these were holiday times when I really wanted to spend time with family, and I made it that point, and I was really proud. And to me, that shows advancement. That shows growth in my understanding of what true self-care is and what I need. So that's the second thing that I learned, is what truly I need for my own self-care. And then the third thing that I've learned, and this is something that has been so hard for me and still is hard for me, I still haven't fully accomplished it, is that silence really is golden. I've talked about this before, about how I'm this type of person that there's always music on in my house, or the TV is on even if I'm doing other things. I have, an old Gilmore Girls episode playing in the background, and there's always noise around me. Even when I drive now, if I'm not in the mood to sing, which sometimes happens because, sometimes I'm a little sad and music kind of brings me further down. So instead, I'll put on a podcast instead of having silence. And I think silence has become for me, has become time to think. And sometimes I just don't want to think. But sometimes I need to. I need to just have those moments of quiet when I'm sitting out on the patio with a cup of coffee and nothing else. I'm not distracting myself by reading or writing something or, doing things, but that I'm just being. So for me, silence means just being still with God. And that's something that I always know in my head, but I have a hard time putting in my heart. So those are the three things that I kind of feel like I kind of evolved through and focused on this year for myself. I feel pretty good about the progress that I've made in each of those areas and hope to continue. Doesn't mean that, okay, check them off my list and I no longer have to go back to them, but that hopefully will inspire in me some routines that I can keep going and habits that I've formed that will keep me going for the upcoming year. So then, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day will be my time to then reflect on what do I want to focus on and look to for 2022. And God willing, I'll share that with you next week. So I wish you all a very blessed Christmas, because we still celebrate for another week or so, a very blessed Christmas and a very happy and safe New Year celebration. In the meantime, take good care of yourself. See you soon.